Hey guys, it's Anna. It's day number 2. The hangout is live now, and of course you see me in the same look as I had yesterday. I literally just finished my workout. I'm like shaking. I forgot how much I hated legs on Body Beast. But I committed day 2. Do my workout first, don't do anything else, and then coffee with Anna. But I don't have coffee in here today. I have Shakeology. My after workout drink. But it looks good. Okay. So today we're going to be talking about your why. Why? Because it needs a whole day's worth. All right. So here's the deal. Your why is what's going to drive you every single day to get past this feeling of being busy. Remember, we are not overwhelmed, we are busy. So your why is what's going to drive you. Now, I'm going to give you some tips and some tricks on your why and how to create your why, how to not forget about your why, and if your why changes, that's okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I think that you can kind of catch up with this, so I'm just going to keep going. It shows 0 viewers. I'm just getting the hang of this Google Hangout. It's kind of cool. But anyways, I'm going to talk to whoever wants to listen. Okay, so your why, if you had a Getting Started Right call with your upline coach, then maybe or maybe not, you talked about your why. I know for me that has been my weakness as a leader, to talk about our why in our Getting Started Right call, because our foundation training that takes you to the teamvictorytraining.com site really kind of goes through that process. There's a video on teamvictorytraining.com, and you go to the foundation training, so it's like start here. There's a video that I shot with Mike Ryan almost 2 years ago, January 2013. Mike was kind enough to do a leadership retreat in Hawaii, and I was lucky enough to go on that trip. And he went through a really great story about really digging into your why. That is Mike Ryan's specialty. He knows how to tell the story on how for you to be able to come up with your why. For me, my strength has always been my why and remembering my why and changing it accordingly, not necessarily bringing out the why in you. So I am going to do my best today and share what worked for me, because that's just all I can do, right? But it's that important. So I was trying to, of course, when you have something that's not your strength, you're really trying to come up with content like, oh God, what do I share? I know that my why is what drove me to be at home now full time, but how do I share that? What kind of content? So then I'm gonna go on the wall and see if I can post, best practices for why, and I stopped. No, I'm not going to go to them to figure out how I can explain the why. I'm just going to figure this out because I know it. I just want to be able to teach it. So literally this morning, and this goes along with the Fall Classic and Success Partners. I have, I don't even know how many Success Partners I have. I have a lot, which is fun. But one of them and I'm going to share her story in a short while. One of them, whose text popped up this morning, I was like, hello, that is what I need to share. That is why. This is what's great about this business. When you keep your eyes open and you don't shut down and just focus on my success points and my challengers and my challenge packs and you keep your eyes open to things appear. I swear to you, things appear. It's crazy. You got to do it. Remind yourself, keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes open. Sit back, take a deep breath. I like to do that. I tell you that every once in a while. Just stop what you're doing and seriously take a deep breath. When we were at leadership last week, there was a guest speaker who was a photographer for National Geographic, and we were like, why is he speaking? He was unreal. And I'm going to share a video of a presentation he did at another event that is very similar. But anyways, he was talking about the best meditation ever is 1 minute. It's one deep breath in and one deep breath out. So if you need meditation, there you go. It works. If you're in your car and you're like, blah, stop. One deep breath in, one deep breath out. Okay. So that being said, things appear when you keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes open. So this morning, I get a text after I had like, I'm going to post on the wall. No, I'm not going to. And then all of a sudden this text popped up. And I was like, duh, I need to share that story. And then I also, as I was walking in here, I go to my bookcase. And, you know, a lot of my books are on my Kindle or on my Audible. But I was like, you know what? Let's see if there's something in here that goes along with, you know, talking about why. And I did. Guess what? I think that one. And of course, you know, John Maxwell is like, I want him to be my grandpa. That's it. So John Maxwell, this was actually a Success Club prize. I don't know how many months ago, but some of you may actually have this if you hit Success Club. So it's called Put Your Dream to the Test. And this is exactly what I'm talking about is, you know, the big picture. Why are we doing this thing? We all have jobs. We all have families. Why are we doing this thing called Beachbody? Yeah, it feels nice to like, ooh, yeah, I got muscles and I was in a challenge group and I connected with amazing people and I want to pay it forward. But why do we add this extra activity onto our life when our life is already crazy enough? And it really comes down to our why. And then it comes down to the vision of what that looks like. And that's what I want. That's what I ended with yesterday was, I hope that you guys did this, was try and picture your life in 5 years. And I know most of you probably couldn't because it's hard. It's super hard because there's a disbelief that it can happen. It's just natural because we've been disappointed before. Or we think that that's just for other people and they may have had it easier, or they have I love this one. And because we're just sitting here having coffee, because I know some of you think that I was confident because I know you guys have said it. Oh, you're so confident. Hell to the no. I was the most, oh, I don't want to cry. But I was so shy. I was so shy that my close friends know this, that are on this team, that my husband was the one to pick up the phone and make arrangements. I was the one hiding behind the emails. I dealt with the emails. He dealt with the phone because I didn't want to even talk to people. I was that person. I was so introverted. I did not want to talk to people. My nickname when I was playing college hockey was Switzerland because I didn't want to get involved in anything. I didn't want to step up. I didn't want to say anything. I'm neutral. I'm just going to sit here in the corner and be me. Now, I said, F that. Because life is too damn short. And I'm 41, almost 42. And I don't want to be that shy person because that shows my kids that it's okay to not be confident. So that was my why. And I just realized that was a huge piece of it. And I didn't realize that. My why was to be home with my kids. But truthfully, every time I stepped out of my comfort zone by sharing on Facebook, what I was doing was so far out of my comfort zone. So far. Me sharing my workout with the feeling of like, you know, oh, here she goes again, posting about her workouts. And I got those comments. I did. And then there was a day that it just said, screw this. Screw it. Sorry, I play hockey. I'm going to try to refrain from cursing. But anyways, I said screw it because life's too effing short. to be shy. Who cares if you step out of your comfort zone and you get flack for it? Because if your why is that big, your why has to make you cry. You may not come up with it right now, but you will if you stay with this. You absolutely will. In order to do that, you need to dig into personal development. Oh my God, I'm going to stop crying. Okay. You need to dig into personal development. You need to figure out what your life would like to be, how you want to see your life in the future. How do you want to see yourself? Do you want to see yourself not doing anything? You want to see yourself in your same job that you were doing now, where you have no freedom? You're watching your friends have fun and you're sitting there at your desk not doing what you love? Seriously, is that what you want? That's not what I wanted. You know what? I worked really damn hard for my career. Really hard. I got my bachelor's degree. I got my surgical tech license, which is the freaking hardest thing I've ever done. It was so stupid. It's in an adult school and it was harder than anything. Harder than my bachelor's degree. Because I had to step out of my comfort zone and deal with surgeons for someone that was so shy. I was terrified every single day of that. And then going to nursing school, and then moving up the ladder and becoming a manager and a director and all that stuff. I thought that's what I wanted because I worked hard for it. But when I sat there and I watched other people doing what I really, really in my heart wanted to do, I knew it. That was what was going to get me through all of this objections and people saying, "Oh, here she goes again," and you know, the feeling of reaching out and meeting new people and friending people on Facebook. Hell, that was like crazy for me. Now it's no big deal because I got past that. Like, I don't care. What's the worst that can happen? They defriend me. I go in Facebook jail. I've been in there 30 days without being able to friend request someone. It happens. Whatever. I'm still here. You know? I mean, if you don't have that why, it's very easy to just say, no, I don't want to do it. I don't feel like friend requesting and I don't feel like posting because I don't feel like putting myself out there because it's okay to sit back. So your why has to make you cry. Your why has to be that big. It's plain and simple. And that's what got me through all the drama I talked about yesterday. It plain and simple. I knew that one day I would be sitting here talking to you, not really talking to you, but I knew that one day I would be sitting here with my kids. It was hard to picture, but I knew it was going to happen. I was determined. Shoot, I was determined all the way up through schooling to finish what I finished and do and get it all done. And so why not accomplish this, right? I knew it was going to happen. And that every single day I woke up, I pictured that. I pictured it. It was going to happen. It was going to happen. It was going to happen. I just need to do my stuff. And I need to lead with my heart. Nothing needs to be sales. Being sales, you know, you can go sell skincare or whatever. But this business is an emotional business, as you haven't noticed. This business is an emotional business. You're dealing with people's emotions. It's an emotional buy, and that's why people tell you, yes, I want to do it, and then the next day say, no, I don't. Even after going through the whole, the steps of the 5 steps, forming people and going through the 5-step invite process. Thank you. You go through the 5-step invite process and they're ready to go and they're ready and you've like said, I can't wait to see you in your goals. And then the next day they say, no, I don't want to. I'm not quite ready to commit to Shakeology and the flavor. You know what? That's okay. Guess what? There are plenty of people that do. I'm going to keep moving forward because I want to reach out to as many people as possible so that I can meet my goals and have other people meet their goals. So it's okay if you don't want it right now. I'm going to keep moving even though I just wasted all my time. Guess what? They will come back. I guarantee it. It always does. They always do. Everybody comes back. You may be one of those people who we've had that conversation with. What did I do? Okay, no problem. I hope when I'm here, you know where I'm at. You know where I'm at. But my why kept driving me past that objection, past the people that were saying no, the people that I've had 15,000 conversations with that still said no. My why was that important. I knew there were other people out there that need my help, and that other people out there that need your help, that will only connect with you, not me, but you, because you are you. And if you are always leading from your heart and being true and being real and not being about the sale or the successful point, guess what? Boom. You will stop getting those objections. You won't stop, but they will come less often. Okay, so put your dream to the test. 10 questions to help you see it and seize it. There's my little personal development speech. So why does our why get clouded? And this is where I'm going to go tell of course she just texted me too. And it is about this topic. But sometimes our why gets clouded. And I know it has for me, because you get tunnel vision. For me, it's, driving to get elite. Sometimes you get absolute tunnel vision and you forget why you got in here. So how do you come out of that? And this is why a lot of you, actually probably 95% of you who are on this call or on this webinar that feel overwhelmed, it is because you forgot about your why. You forgot about it. It's completely clouded. You thought it was one thing, and then you've gotten all these objections, and you can't seem to do things, and you can't seem to stay on top of things, and you can't seem to keep up with the power of 3, and you can't seem to keep up with following up with people, and you can't seem to get your workouts in or your personal development in. If you can't seem to do that, that tells me that you've forgotten about your why. So how do we come back with remembering what our why is? You have to get it in your face. You have to write it down. And again, it may change, but write down why it is that you are doing this business. Write down why you chose to become a Beachbody coach. Write that down. And also on the same piece of paper, write down your vision of 5 years from now. Write it down. I have Post-it notes. You can kind of see the reflection of these big Post-it notes. In my gym, I have one up there. And I just write things over and over and over and over and over. So that when I'm working out, I see it every single day. I see it every single day. You should see the piles. Actually, that stack right there of, right there. That stack right there. They're all Post-it notes that I've written on over the last 5 years. It's really fun. I'm going to pull something out. Let's see. This is vision. This is vision. This is why. This is what keeps you going. See, I told you I'm all over the place. Now I look all organized and stuff, but I wasn't. When I was working full-time, forget it. It was all over the place. This is what kept me busy. Okay, so people's business centers. I know some people may see their name, and some people are gone. They're not even doing the business anymore. More of my organization, but I am looking for something in particular. To hit elite. 5 need to hit Success Club points. I got people's names up there. Then ideas about helping people. 3 tips to say. I do this while I'm working out too. I put them on the wall and then I write down because that's the only time it's like being in the shower. 3 tips to stay motivated. Evernote. No carbs at night. Oh, my 40th. The goal is by my 40th birthday. Which is long past. Okay, this is a good one. How do I hit elite? I did this. Oh, no, this is Brett. I was at Leadership a couple years ago. Who was with me? I think this was Stephanie McDowell was there with me. I was called out by Brett Blake. Some of you may know who he is. He's not with the company anymore. And he said, what is your goal? So I was working full time. What is your goal? What do you see? Do you see yourself quitting your job? Yes. When do you see it? Next year. Okay, well, how are you going to do it? So I came home and I wrote this out. And it stayed on my wall, Brett Blake moment. And I wanted, these were my goals. I wanted the Disney trip, September, March. And this is what I needed to do to get it done. Leader roadmap daily, lather, rinse, repeat, more than anyone else. So what I needed to do was the power of 3. This was before the power of 3. Power of 3, more than anybody else. Power of 3, more than anybody else. If I'm going to get there, because I told Brooke Blake I was going to quit my job at a certain time, I needed to get my you-know-what done. How I was going to get there, my belief is bigger than yours. Taught me. Oh, I love that. I got chills. I got to write that again. So I told myself these things. I wrote these things down so that I would remind myself of it. My belief in this product is bigger than yours. Taught me. Okay? I want you guys to keep that one. Anybody wants to live better than they are today. Anybody wants to live better than they are today, right? Am I right? So, hello, we've got a job to do. Okay. And they were my tally sheets. There is nothing wrong with, oh, and then I talked about this yesterday. Remember, I had to remind myself of this. There's nothing wrong with working hard and enjoying life. You are not overwhelmed. You are busy. You find a silver lining in everything. You work hard, and that is attractive because you're enjoying your life. Ooh, I love that. I came to pull this out. Let's see. More training ideas. September, these are my financial goals. October 4 coaches. Oh, challenge group goals, 4 coaches out of that group. Epic fitness group was my goal. And then this one, this will be the last one I go through. This was, how do I hit elite? This is awesome. I wrote this down in December of 2012. Elite 2013. What does it take? ATV. Every single thing I need to make elite. What does that mean? Successful. This is it all laid out. And what my cycling my cycles on each side goal has been to cap out. I have not yet to hit this. See, I have yet to hit this. Those goals. So this is your year. I'm telling myself this, right? All right. So all because of my why, my vision, and so that I don't forget about it. When you forget about it is when you get overwhelmed and you say, I don't know if I made it. I don't know if I'm cut out for this. I don't think I'm cut out for this. And then you quit. And there you go. Okay, so I'm going to go over this story, and then I'm going to end it with this because I got way emotional. I have a success partner, and she will probably listen to this because I told her I was going to use her story. And again, I have many success partners, and I encourage you, if you have not listened to the National Wake Up Call from yesterday, I listened to it on my way home from soccer last night, and it's talking exactly about success partners. You can have one, you can have many. I love my success partners because they fuel me. Okay, so one day I was in a group that I had snuck into, a team page that I had snuck into like years ago, because that's what I did. I don't care. I just add, oh, I found a team page, let me join. And then I'm a fly on the wall. So feel free to, I don't care. And don't worry about, there's this worry of the grass is always greener on another team. Guess what? It ain't. It's all the same. But people give great ideas. And this one coach had popped in and said, you know what? I need a success partner. I am a 2-star diamond. I can't seem to get people to move. Da, 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 da. Well, what she posted was exactly what I had going on. So I said, hey, let's do this together. So we started texting each other back and forth. And then we stopped. And it just life happens. We got busy, whatever. And I was really pushing for elite. And so I probably was not as good of a success partner as I should have been. And then we saw each other at leadership, and it was great to reconnect. And then we saw each other at Summit. And then I know what it was. We saw each other at Smart Success, Shalene's Smart Success last year. And if you guys need a Smart Success link for this year, it's my let me know. Anyways, so she, I knew how great she was. She actually was an affiliate for Chalene Johnson because she had gone to this Smart Success the previous year, and she reached out to me and said, are you going to go to Smart Success? And I was like, well, if it's coming based on you and you said it was great, of course, give me the link, I'll sign up. So I signed up through her link, went to Smart Success. It was amazing. And really, I think in the last 6 months, we've really kind of reconnected and kind of, you know, where I'm going with this is that I hit elite. I hit those goals, and she didn't. And she wanted it so badly. Her husband was not as supportive like mine, so she can fully relate. But this is her passion. Her name is Tanya Lewis. So if you follow her on Facebook, I told her I'm using your story, and message her and tell her she's how awesome that she is. Her posts are amazing. Are like, I wish my posts were like hers. Anyway, so she kind of been spinning her wheels on things, but she knew exactly where she was going. I want to be home with my kids. I want to be home. I want to be doing this full time. I want to be doing this full time. I haven't changed rank. My elite points aren't great, but I know I want to do this. So she forced herself to go to elite, to leadership. She qualified to go. She went. She expected, okay, this is how things just happen. She went to leadership expecting to pay for her room because she didn't qualify for the points. Now, don't you anybody tell anybody this, because this is just things fall in your lap. She went, she barely missed the qualifications for points, like barely, for your hotel. Her husband gave her the blessing to go. She went, she had an amazing time. We hung out a lot there. She didn't have anybody in her team there. When she went to check out, her bill was taken care of. She literally lost it. I was saying goodbye to her. She was crying. I don't know what happened, but my bill was taken care of. I don't know what to do. Oh my God, this has been a blessing in disguise. This is amazing. So what she did, and I didn't realize this until I got home and I saw her post, she paid it forward. She was at the airport, and she left $100 tip for somebody on like a $5 coffee. She took a picture of it, not meaning that this is going to go anywhere. She took a picture of it, and she basically said, I don't know this girl's story, but all I could think of was that she's in her early 20s and pregnant and just needed some extra help. So a blessing had been given to me today, so I'm going to pay it forward. And she had taken a picture of that. Well, that picture went viral, and then Chalene posted it, and she had so many people flooding in her inbox and messaging her and jumping on her Coach at a Glance, and it's just been this craziness. And of course, there's been some negativity, and so she's trying to get past that. But things fall in your lap. Oh my God, things have fallen in my lap because my eyes are open. When your eyes are open, remember what I said, when your eyes are open, things fall in your lap. This just happened to be her gift. And she did what her heart told her to do, and she paid that forward, that $100 tip forward. Not meaning anything. Just there's nothing out of this but the kindness of my heart, because I was given this gift today. So she's been flooded with messages and people like just coming out of the woodworks. And then this morning she texted me that her local news channel picked it up, said her name. It was about random acts of kindness, and she just is like, oh my God. And she messaged me the other day, and she said, how much do you pay for your health insurance? And I told her, she said, I can't do this job anymore. I can't do this job anymore. I cannot do it. I need to be doing what I want to be doing. I said, you need to stay married, because that is most important. If your husband is not supportive, you need to stay married. There will be a time. So she texted me yesterday, and I'm going to get emotional. She gave her 2 weeks notice because her husband gave the same blessing my husband gave me. I know this is scary. This is not what I still don't get it, but I trust in you. And she gave her 2 weeks notice. And then this morning she texted me about the news channel picking up her story. thing, and I'm gonna read, I hope it's okay. I'm gonna read one thing that she wrote this morning because I think that this will, you'll get it. She said, God works in such random ways. I don't know why he keeps sharing my post with the world, but I know it's all him. I guess they didn't just post on Facebook, but they actually mentioned my name in a newscast this morning. So my local people are were spitting their coffee out this morning. All because she didn't let all this other rank and other crap cloud her why. She led her life with an open mind and her open eyes. And guess what? It's time. It was not as fast as she was hoping. It was not as, it just happens. It happens. But you have to do the work. You have to figure it out. You have to fail 100 times in order to do it, because I'm telling you, on the other side of it, you will be doing this video with somebody. You will be sharing your story with somebody, but you have to get past that overwhelmed feeling that you're just busy. That's okay. You're just busy. My room, well, this is actually probably the cleanest room in the house. And I'm going to go through that later, but I'll tell you this now because, oh yes, I'm going to tell you this now and then we'll be done. So we're busy. We've got kids, work, spouses, business, workouts, personal development, reaching out to people, posting. We'll talk about that later. How do I fit it all in? And I'll be honest with you. I know a lot of you are financially strapped. I get it. Totally get it. I get it. Best thing I did, I had already had a house cleaner that came every 2 weeks to clean the house. I've done that for years and years and years and years. It's like the best money spent. Because my time is more valuable because we only have 24 hours in the day. My time is more valuable spent with my family and my business and my job at the time than to clean the dang house. So I'm going to scrape up my money to pay for a house cleaner to come every 2 weeks. Every single person that's ever done that has said it was the right decision. Well, I took it a step further, and I'm not telling you to take this a step further, but I did right before, about 6 months before I left my job. And this really was like, because I came home, my house was crazy, a mess, because I didn't have enough time to focus on that because my time was more valuable with my family. But it drove me crazy when I come in my house and my house was a mess. So I asked my house cleaner if she knew anybody that could come in the house for 4 hours every other week and just pick up the stuff and do our laundry and put it away. And guess what? I made this wonderful, wonderful girl happy because she comes to my house now. She comes to my house every week. Comes to my house and does my laundry and picks up all my stuff. And I pay her $60. And she's here from 9 until 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And she takes pride in her work. And she brings her 3-year-old daughter who wanders around the house, and they speak Spanish, and it's the cutest thing in the world. And she yells at my dog. But I've given them an opportunity to earn some money, and I've given me peace of mind, and my house is clean, and my kids respect her, and they understand that she's doing us a favor. And I mean, they still leave things around, but they understand the value of, not making other people do their job. And guess what? I don't have to worry about that thing, and I can focus on my family, and I can focus. And so you wonder how I go on date nights, and I go on trips, and I hang out with my kids, and it's because I don't have to worry about that stuff, because that stuff is stuff that is not, I don't get enjoyment out of it. So I would like somebody else to get enjoyment out of it and get paid for it. And then I can spend time with my family. So I'm not telling you to go do that, but I'm just telling you what I did. It took me a long time to get to that point, but a house cleaner, heck yeah. Consider it. Find someone, ask around in your local garage sale groups. Is there somebody, I'm on a tight budget. Do you know anybody that could clean my house like once a month even? Save up for once a month, and that will ease some burden on you. Okay, so that I'm going to wrap it up now. I hope that you understood the concept of why is so important, and that you, if you're struggling with finding that why, then do this. And I'm sure you can look on YouTube. Maybe he's got his book on there, or something, because you can find them used. And anyways, put your dream to the test, because when life gets crazy, this is what's going to keep pushing you through. When you just feel like you haven't gotten any sales, I want to congratulate Karen Widlin, because she stuck with it, because her why was so important, and maybe she wasn't the most consistent with messaging, and she was stepping out of her comfort zone and all that. Guess what, though? She sold her first challenge pack. She feels amazing. She showed up to her first event, and now she gets it. Okay, so that's got to tell you something. When you look at your why, that is what's going to keep pushing you through. I know that there's something there. I know that there's something there. This is crappy right now. It's crappy right now. I'm busy. But one day, I'm going to look back and be grateful that I had the why that made me cry. And that's it. Love you guys. See you tomorrow. Hold on. Let's see. Tomorrow is, sorry guys. Tomorrow is time management. Oh, tomorrow's a big one. Time management, day in the life of working full-time, day in the life of a business owner who's, a stay-at-home mom, living a balanced life. I kind of went through that a little bit today. And then, digging into the Power of 3, time-saving tips. Tomorrow is going to be probably the meat and potatoes of this Coffee with Anna. I'm also going to share a video from my friend Tiffany Danzy, another awesome success partner who you guys saw up on the Super Saturday video. She made a video for us last week, and you're going to love it. So I'm going to play that video later today, and that's perfect to lead into tomorrow, because I'll probably talk about some of the things she said. Okay, guys, have a great day. I'm going to go get my nails done. See, these are old. Look at that. Wear and shear. The best wear and shear I've had are these fingernails. So I might actually go get them done again, because they ask what it is. What's that thing on your fingers? And then I'm usually wearing this hat. And then they look up and they go, oh, that. Best conversation starter. And I'm not one to go start conversations, but get your nail ladies. I know some of you haven't. Get your nail ladies to figure out how to do that. All right, guys. Love you. Bye.